Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. Over 75,000 titles to choose from for your iPod, iPhone, or MP3 player.
I'm getting awesome, you're getting awesome, we're getting awesome, yeah, that's what I said now. I'm getting awesome, you're getting awesome, we're getting awesome, yeah, that's what I said.
Rave party.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the AwesomeCast. Rob De La Creta is here. Hey, we got more lights going on. Wow, I just came up on the Ustream feed. It's freaking me out. Yeah, so we are here. We are in studio. It's still Christmassy. Rob is back in the box. I am your host, Michael Sorg. Oh my God. Rob, how you doing? How you doing other than the rave party going on there? Tell people what you're set up on. This is pretty fascinating. Of course, we've been having audio problems here with Rob, so we decided, Rob decided to try something different.
So after a bit of troubleshooting, for anybody who cares, my mic is a Zoom H2, which is a fantastic digital field recorder. Mm-hmm. And I use it for recording, basically because the mic on my T1i is total crap. So I use this whenever I record HD video or whatever to pick up better audio, and I use it for things like Skype. Funny story, for some reason, it would seem that this mic does not get along with Skype for Mac, because I can test it in all my other software. It works totally fine, but Skype is a no-go. So what I've got here, I've got the HP Mini 311-1037NR, which I had laying around.
Get all those. Is that
the serial number?
And it's got an Intel Atom inside and an NVIDIA Ion. All the stickers are still on it. But yeah, so I plugged that whole nonsense in. So I have my audio and everything coming through that. I've got my mic hooked up to that, which apparently I'm told sounds a lot better. And so I've got that in front of me on top of my Wacom tablet that's behind the keyboard for my Mac, which is to my right. And then behind the netbook is my big old Dell monitor. And I had to slightly truncate my browser window so I can see what I'm doing here. It's a big production is what it is. And I have stage lighting to my right in front of the Drobo. What else do you want to know? I've got a box of film to my left. And I'm currently wearing moose pants.
Moose pants. Fantastic. And of course, we got another guest in studio. AJ, how you doing? Look at you. You're here.
How did I get here?
How did
I get here? I'm scared. No, hi. I'm wearing actual jeans. These are Wranglers.
Many probably don't know. You actually live right up the hill.
I can check into Sorg's house from my apartment on
legally.
Foursquare.
You better not
legally. That's actually not even like a silly Foursquare hack. Like it just shows up as a location. So I live right over there.
Probably more over there, that way, up the hill. There you go.
So fantastic. Yeah, I'm here again.
So it's been a while.
On the show.
For probably about 5 shows, I'm like, hey, hey, how are you doing over there?
Hi, Sorg.
Hi. For 5 shows, I'm like, hey, we haven't had AJ on for a while, and we've only had a chance. We had an opening, we got him in here. Be like, hey, you want to roll down the hill, and we'll do a show.
I thought about walking, but
just roll it down.
I thought about walking here, and it's 15 degrees outside. I decided that was a poor idea. So
yeah. So hey guys, it's the AwesomeCast. I have new titles, so I'm going to use them so I don't forget this information.
Look at that.
Of course, if you have any comments, questions, anything to submit for the show, we love hearing from you. You can check us out at awesomecast.com. Contact at awesomecast.com for the email, and we do have a phone line. Look, I found the number: 724-25-ACAST. That's 252-2278. As I read it off the screen. And of course, you can find this video if you found this by accident. We are on iTunes. I believe both the video and the audio are up there. Awesomecast.blip.tv, youtube.com/inawesomecast. So go check all that out. Follow what we're doing. It's awesome. It's what we do. So first story. What do we want to do first tonight? You guys brought a lot to the table. AJ, do you want to start us off?
All right, I'm going to start off with the one that
you don't have to look at me around the
I just kind of it's weird. I feel like I'm looking at Mac's headroom back here. I just see a monitor. It's weird. I'm going to start off with the one that got me the most mad. Last night, 8bits on Twitter, who is actually Lauren Brichter, who wrote Tweety, and now Twitter for iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, all the iOS Twitter apps, retweeted a tweet from a company that makes the app Little Ipsum. Now, what Little Ipsum does is they make the Latin text that shows up in design documents, templates, that sort of thing, as just generic filler text.
Yeah.
It's completely free. And Apple, as part of their Back to Mac event, said that they're coming out with a app store for the Mac. And now developers can go and, build their apps and submit them to be displayed in the Mac App Store. Now, Little Ipsum, completely free. There is no money exchanging hands here. And it was rejected from the App Store via Rule 2.8, which reads, apps that are not useful or have little lasting entertainment value.
Oh, here, I actually do have it up right here. It's 2.8, apps that are not very useful or do not provide any lasting entertainment value may be rejected, a verbatim right there.
Which to me is Apple's little rule saying, we don't have a category for this, so we're just going to reject you. And we're not going to tell you why. We're just going to cite this rule because we don't think your stuff is useful.
Now, are they already... Thanks for the support in using Little Ipsum. So this is already available, like, independently.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. This is actually... I get the feeling, like, my opinion on this whole thing, I get the feeling that whoever was in charge of looking over this app in particular just didn't understand what Lorem Ipsum is. Because this app is actually, like, as a designer, this app is actually pretty useful. If you go to lipsum.org, is a website that does that. And I've been passing that around for, like, years since college. Everybody's like, oh, I need Lorem Ipsum text. Go to lipsum.org, and you can tell it exactly how much Lorem Ipsum you want, and in what size or words or bytes or lists or whatever. And Little Ipsum kind of did the same thing. I just cool to have it.
It just sunk in what this is. This is that goofy like text that just fills in paragraphs. Okay.
And this is the other thing is, and to Rob's point, when I first saw this, I was like, what is the point of this application? Obviously, if Apple's saying it's not useful, I want to know what it does. Mm-hmm. And I read it and I went, that's useful. Not to me. I personally have no...
To a designer?
To a designer, though? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was very mad about it. I understand that Apple still has their control of their little world, and Steve kind of pats it around in the snow globe that he has on his desk, but there's no real point. There's no point to rejecting that application. There's no basis. Really,
I mean, the whole app approval process is kind of like a magical land full of hardworking elves that want to be dentists, as far as we're concerned. So we have no idea what the process is. We have no idea how many people are behind this or anything like that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be similar to the early stages of the App Store for the iPhone. The problem is that they have all this experience from the App Store for the iPhone.
Yeah.
This is not like a new company trying this out for the first time.
Did they put all the interns on this one?
I don't know. But I think that they're going to get... They know when they see an app come through the App Store for the iPhone, and they can say, okay, yeah, that's probably a useful app on the iPhone.
Yeah.
But for the Mac, they're like, I don't know what this is for, and they just reject it using that rule as the... Well, if it doesn't make sense to you, just use this rule, and they'll resubmit it, and someone else will get it, and then they can approve it. Somebody else who understands can get it, and they can approve it. But that to me seems silly. Like the fact that there's this review process, again, it's that double-edged sword.
So I think this is a pretty good precursor that it is going to be exactly what we worried about, based on our experience on the iOS devices.
Well, I don't want to get into well, at least I don't want to make that easy assumption that, just because it's the exact same thing but for the Mac and there's all new applications for them to screw up on. The difference here is that there easily is a way for you to download applications for the Mac going around the App Store. Mm-hmm. It's not like you have to jailbreak your phone, go to a completely different app store, or install from a Debian package or something like that. It's very simple.
So this is like getting rejected from download.com.
Yeah,
like it's one of the easy places people can come to where it'd be really advantageous if you were in that directory.
Yeah,
but especially since it's going to be like probably a big icon right in the middle of everybody's desktop. You know.
Oh yeah, I mean once you get the new whatever they called Command Central or whatever they're calling it, once you get that, especially for somebody, a lot of people who get a Mac as like their first computer or whatever, that's right where they're going to go to. Just like if you are not familiar with Linux, but you get an install of Ubuntu, you're going to go to the software repository just because it's right there. You don't need to build any packages or know anything about anything to do it. You just click, it's done and installed. So like right now is like a new thing, like the download.com metaphor works. But in the future, when it's just like the status quo of downloading software on a Mac, like this is going to make people very upset.
Yeah, I think you're right on with that. It's the simplicity. I think we talked about this in one of the other shows I was on. The simplicity of the phone, like you don't want to have to go dancing around with installers and packages and uninstallers. You just want it. You want to click a button and it installs.
I mean, to that effect. I mean, I'm kind of seeing that with my experiences jailbreaking the original iPhone. I mean, you're like, well, you have Cydia, you have what was that, Rock Me or something, which got bought by Cydia.
Yep.
But still, there's more of a process to that, and it feels kind of janky in the long run. And on top of that, putting Android on the thing, I can't get to an Android market. Where do I get apps? Where do I start? And not using an Android device, I don't know where to start. So I'm kind of seeing the appeal. It's like, okay, that's why it's this way. That's why they make it this easy and have this gated community on the iPhones and the iPads.
By the way, putting Android on an iPod Touch, unless you do the SD card emulation, you still can't sideload apps either.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I did. It has nowhere to store it because it just uses the little tiny amount of memory it has to load the OS.
I'm using the iDroid and Bootlace.
Yeah, same thing. But if you don't get that emulation on, then it doesn't work. By the way, the iPod Touch also loses its entire battery in 30 minutes with Android.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing that. I see my battery just dropping whenever I load up Android on it. And it, and it's old, and the battery's, rough to begin with. So, we got a little geeky there. So I checked today, and I'm really glad that I don't have a Gawker account.
I do. I do. I have one, and it was supposedly compromised, and I
have one that was compromised as well.
Oh yeah.
But let me be honest here. I don't care. What are you going to do? Post spam comments me on on Gizmodo?
Is it a password that you use regularly?
I don't remember what my password is for that site either. That's how long it's been since I've commented on Gizmodo. I really don't care.
Yeah.
So the hacker group, quote unquote hacker group, Genosis, Gnosis. I'm sure that means something to somebody. Has taken responsibility for the Gawker hack. Gawker being like pretty much the Gawker network, which is Lifehacker, Gizmodo, Jalopnik, IO9, Jezebel, Kotaku, Deadspin, and Gawker.com, which right now has a fantastic article on which star is spreading herpes.
Oh, by the way, in addition to the Gawker one, I got a privacy notice for my LinkedIn account.
Wow.
As a result of the Gawker thing.
Yeah, I got that too.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, I got the LinkedIn one, and I got the Gawker one.
Wow.
But yeah, so basic endgame is that they what happened here is the lovely morons over at Gawker, they're really like striking a million this year. They're not doing too good.
I wonder if there's a department that got taken over by the AOL merger.
Actually, Apple hacked them. The Apple is actually Genesis, and they wanted to know if they have the new iPhone 5 yet.
Yeah. Did you get it yet? You guys, did you get it? Did you find it, quote unquote? So Nick Denton, known for being a real pain in the butt, apparently he had said some things on the internet that he really shouldn't have said. Like, bring it on 4chan right to my home address. We are not scared of 4chan. And basically stuff like Gawker is completely impenetrable and you will never do anything to us. So Genosis came along and said, listen, we didn't have a grudge against you, but since you're being a pain, we thought we'd cool your jets. And they stole the entire database.
That's why you don't call out 4chan.
Yeah.
It's like
don't step to 4chan. Honestly, I've prided myself on staying away from that dark corner of the internet, but I know not to mess with 4chan. There are just some angry little boys over there, and I don't want to mess with them. By the way, you're angry young men. Young men.
You're angry young men. Do your homework first, and then you can go out and...
Oh, we don't want to go down that.
No,
We don't want to go down that.
But Geonosis is actually, funny story, Geonosis doesn't associate themselves with 4chan. I'm sure there's a few of them on there, but they don't associate with quote-unquote anonymous either, for that matter. They're just some dudes. And also, apparently, I can't find the number right now, but they were looking to sell this database for like $2 million or something.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow. You're gonna be able to post as Mike Tomlin's Afro Dent on Deadspin. Great job, guys. By the way, if you're ever wondering who Mike Tomlin's Afro Dent on Deadspin is, right here.
Yeah.
So
and that would be worth the $2 million alone. Now I understand this isn't the whole database that they captured up on BitTorrent.
Oh, I hope
yes,
so.
it's on BitTorrent. They posted it on an FTP server, and it basically got out through that. So if you poke around on the inner tubes, it is not too hard to get your hands on this database.
Apparently, and another thing I was listening to, they were saying that they...
Well, it'd be really nice because I can't remember my password,
Well,
so
there
I
you
need
go.
to go home and download that so I can remember what my password is.
Listen, I need a reminder.
I need
Hold
a
on
reminder.
a second. Let me search for this.
Somebody log me into my
But apparently, if you
PC.
only... I think it said the first 6 or 8 characters are all they captured of people's passwords.
Yeah, if your password is longer than 8 characters, I believe, you are good to go. Also, if you're curious, Slate.com has put up this awesome little thing. It was put together by a security expert, and then they just made it really easy to use because all of the database is an MD5 hash file.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically a very vague form of encryption that is easily cracked. And what this does is you can enter in your email address. It figures out what the hash is and compares that to the file, and it will tell you whether or not your stuff has been stolen. So if you just Google for Slate.com Gawker password,
Checking.
I'm sure it'll come up.
Yeah, it does not appear in the related database or released database. Hell yeah. I'm in the special unreleased one, apparently.
You or someone you know has requested that your username and Gawker comments be... Oh, okay.
Is that the LinkedIn?
Yeah, I actually just reset my Gawker password, so what's up? Enjoy that, kids. I didn't even remember what my password was. Hold on, what's that?
Do either of you use a password manager?
No, I have a very rudimentary... I probably should not be revealing this.
My password is actually... Oh, wait. Hang on a second. I shouldn't say that.
It's in my head, and
it wants
seems
to come out
to
of your
work.
mouth.
It seems to work so far. We'll see how that goes.
Like you were saying, Mike, the big problem with this is that, sure, your Gawker password doesn't matter. Get back. Beep, boop, boop. Your Gawker password doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if you use the same password for, say, like, your bank account, your email address, or anything like that, or if you have any friends that might be familiar with your Gawker account or anything like that, even if you just
or
have
my ICQ account from 1997.
Yeah, 319.
Yeah, exactly.
That's more what I'm talking about, you know.
You could take this password, log into your account, and even use social engineering to get the rest of your passwords from that one account. So you should really have a different password for all your different accounts, which I'll be honest, I don't have a different password for everything. I currently use the tiered system, but I'm thinking about switching to like a 1Password or something like that.
Hey, kids. Hey, Sorg, you're going to want to flip the camera on this one.
Okay.
Okay, hold on here. Okay,
Yeah.
and then your account data has been released. They got mine.
They got yours?
Yeah, there you go. There you go, kids. You can also see my user ID there, so...
Well, you know.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Go ahead, post stupid pictures on Deadspin. All right.
There you go.
Good times.
What's Deadspin? I don't know what Deadspin
Deadspin is a sports site.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I need to go change. I just changed my password on Gawker. I just reset.
Like
it,
right before or just now?
No, just now while we were talking.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So
I think sometime this week I'm gonna get the iPad 1Password app and the iPhone 1Password app and the OS X 1Password app. And
See,
then I'm
I
gonna
don't
make
like
all my
that,
passwords
'cause-
like 26 characters long.
Because then what do I do when I'm at work and I want to log into whatnot, you know? I mean, that just...
Well, you get the 1Password. You just do that.
You just get the 1Password.
You get the 1Password app. You install it on your computer.
Who is really abiding by this kind of stuff, except for people like us, I mean, my dad's like, lucky if he can remember his Gmail password,
Oh yeah.
I mean, and if he starts getting involved with a lot of the stuff, to be like, well, I gotta have a new password here. What was this one? This one. I've got my grandfather trying to get him logged in. It back to Facebook was incredible. He's got it on a Post-it note on his desk. So, nice. I mean, it's just. There's a big separation, and the number of people that are probably vulnerable and in trouble because of something like this is got to be astonishing.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. There you go. Get a better password.
I'm actually changing my password right now. Morons. With an A.
You're gonna change every password on every account by the end of the show.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, ready, set, go.
All right, what else we got going on?
All right, what else do we got other than watching AJ change his password this whole time?
Everybody's gonna watch me change my password on the internet. Oh.
Well, speaking of security, you can now more accurately stalk me now because Latitude is now on the iPhone. I downloaded it, and I always thought that, like, wow, Google can track me thing is really cool. I can see where was I on Tuesday, right? I turned it on. Like, it'll actually update you in the background. And I watched, kind of like when you put iDroid on an iPod Touch. Yeah, kind of the same effect. Yeah, yeah, that's what happens right there. That was the other thing. This thing got submitted to the App Store sometime in 2009.
Yeah,
maybe 2008 for that matter.
Was this when Google was getting hated on by Apple for the Google Voice app?
Yeah,
and they probably just block all Google things.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think that was around the same time.
So I mean, so. I do enjoy the thought that my iPhone is becoming more like an Android device.
Until I get priority inbox, I'm not going to eat.
You're doing a hunger strike.
Hunger strike against Google.
I just figured out today how to find the important tag that qualifies that on my iPad when I'm in there. So
the priority inbox actually seemed to like support my wanting not to touch my inbox. Because it was basically like, I'd log into my inbox, be like, nah, it's taken care of. I don't have to worry about it. And then next thing I knew, it was like, you are looking at 1 to 25 of 3,400 emails. Oh, I should do something about that, shouldn't I?
Hey, Sorg, what's your total count in your email box there?
Wait, total count, like unread?
Unread and total.
I don't know total, but unread, I know I'm around 300.
Unread for me, goose egg.
Oh, yeah?
11,828. In the inbox.
Let's see what.
I archive everything.
I don't archive crap.
I have
7 gigs of space to use on Gmail, and most of it is probably crap.
I have 5 filled.
I have not.
I have 1 gig. I'm currently using 1,001 megabytes.
I think I'm chilling around 1,000 right now.
Yeah,
it's just all these random emails, and I just don't feel the need to go through and archive everything. I don't have OCD where like my inbox has to have 0 messages in it, or else I freak out.
1 to 5 of hundreds. Where do you find the total number on this?
It should be at the top right corner where you go like 1
if you,
through 25.
Click inbox specifically, it'll definitely show
that's
up.
It. I'm in this crazy priority thing. So 10,000.
Okay.
10,000.
Nice.
I mean, I've been on for a few years,
I got on in like 04.
04. I think I'm like 06. But the thing is, I have every email. Again, I probably shouldn't be saying this on there. I have every email that I have is filtering into this. Every work email, every website, every podcast is going right into this. But it's really easy.
Go ahead and
the glory of filters. The glory of filters is pretty good.
Hey, the Gmail spam filter is out of control.
Oh yeah,
it is insane.
Oh yeah, Gmail's the way to go. I can't see
spam filter is insane.
It blows my mind that people are still using. Again, maybe this is just like we were talking about before. That people are still using like Verizon.com and
my dad still uses Hotmail. My dad still uses Hotmail.
Rocking the Hotmail, yeah. There's some people who still do that. I had to get my dad off of a Lycos account because it was so wrecked.
Oh my god, I want an Alta Vista account.
Yes.
Vista.
Somebody show me altavista.com and I'll totally get that one. Show me prodigy.net.
Yeah, there it is, Prodigy.
Oh, what AOL was an option on that Google OS laptop thing last week. Wasn't it?
Did CompuServe get bought by AOL? CompuServe got bought by somebody.
CompuServe.
I can't remember. Did they get bought by Earthlink? There's another one.
Earthlink. Oh,
there's another one. Yeah,
oh
Earthlink.
man, I abused those free discs from Earthlink so bad.
Juno.
Juno.
I had a Juno email account for years.
Let's see.
We should get Chachi back on.
CompuServe has not been purchased.
No way.
No way.
What are they doing?
They do. Wait, hold the phone. They do have a post AOL acquisition in their wiki. Let's see.
Okay, so CompuServe got bought by AOL, and then AOL said, "Whoa, that's too much crap for us."
Not even we can handle that.
Not even Time Warner went, "Okay, AOL, really? Lose CompuServe, please."
Well, you can't really go to a CompuServe.com, it seems. Well, that looks like sign up for CompuServe today. Act now and receive.
CompuServe announced April 15, 2000. CompuServe Classic will no longer operate as an internet service provider and will close on June 30th, 2009.
Come on, $17.95 for unlimited internet? What happens when I click this? What's going on?
God.
Server error.
Oh my god, someone pour out a 40 for CompuServe.
Oh, man.
They're still chugging though. There's a newer version of CompuServe. It has, wait, CompuServe 2000.
CompuServe 2000.
CompuServe 2000.
Oh,
Can we start like a petition to get people to start using like years again as part of their like advertising, like CompuServe 2011? I want years to come back because like everything that ended in 2000 was always awesome.
Yeah,
you knew it was modern when it said 2000 at the end.
Especially when it was the Gateway 2000 that was released like 1996.
Yeah, like okay, now you're just trying to be in the future. Oh, how about this? I went home to my dad's house and found a year's subscription to PC World magazine from the year 2000.
Oh, I have some of those lying around.
Oh my god, there's so much great stuff in there. Like they were reviewing like Dell PCs that were like $3,500 and had like a 1.2 gigahertz processor. And they're like, yeah, this is like the greatest computer ever. I'm like, that's great. And the actual the cover article, the one that I brought back to Pittsburgh with me, was Cable versus DSL. What way is the future?
Yeah.
And the verdict was
both.
Both.
It was like every bad local news article ever. Like, what's better, cable or DSL? Turns out they're both okay.
I have a collection of old Wired magazines, and one of them on the cover has like the battle to 500 megahertz.
Oh man, I think I saw an ad in one of them that had the 500 megahertz DEC Alpha processor.
What the hell?
And then I remembered that I have those at work. Oh, yeah, kids, it is stunning that they still live.
And that's the reason I'm still developing CDs for Windows 98. Okay, from the chat room, Hot Wheels is in there. You know it, man. You know it. Hot Wheels uses MSN still. That's using Commodore 64 again. Commodore 64, they released new PCs in recent years under that brand name.
Really?
Yeah, they did.
It was always a news story because, hey, remember Commodore 64? This isn't it.
Yeah.
It's just another PC in the long run. So,
can I get an Amiga? Can I get Mac clones? Can I get a Power Max Mac clone? What was it? SciStar, right? Yeah,
I think SciStar was one.
Apple at one point when Steve Jobs left, and I can never remember the guy's name. He came over from Pepsi. And when he came over, they opened up the Mac to allow clones. And Power Max was undercutting Apple like every which way. And then Apple lost a bunch of money. And Steve Jobs came back and said, okay, thanks, clones. Thanks for playing.
How about, according to this Wikipedia article, the StarMax 3000?
Ooh, I want to fly in a spaceship right now. Anything called the StarMax 3000 makes me want to fly in a spaceship.
Let's see. We had the Franklin Computer Corporation, Compaq. Eventually went to cloners like Compaq, Leading Edge, Tandy.
Hey, Rob, did you ever have a Cyrix processor?
Oh, that sounds.
I
really
did have
familiar.
one.
It was like an x86. Like
I was really I was really big in the AMD K6 when those were rocking out with the 3D now.
Yeah, this was right before that. And it was like a knockoff Intel chip with MMX extensions.
Yeah, it had the extra MMX,
Yeah, it was like a 200 megahertz processor, but it ran so hot that you had to put like a full-size blower on top of it. Like you could hear it halfway across my house when
I used to get, that was about the times when I was just buying random hardware on eBay and building computers.
Oh, God, this was before eBay.
Oh.
Long before eBay.
Oh, I got the higher end ones that are actually fully Pentium, like it had MMX and stuff.
Oh, man.
That's when they opened it up.
That's too rich for my blood.
Wow. This suddenly became the throwback show.
Yeah. It's the end of the year. Things are slowing down. Why not? I was trying to figure out an end of the year concept. But
speaking of all these like random old things that we're trying to get people off of, wasn't there an article in the bookmark feed about teaching our parents tech?
That is a really good one, actually, that I had up next. Teachparentstech.org. Let's see if we can pull up the site there. Google's initiative to teach everybody's going home for the holidays and everything, and there's this big push: teach your parents something on the computer, because I know every time I go home I have to be like, I have to ask Dad, is your Wi-Fi working good? Do I need to work on your router? Is everything going good with your 1994 Celeron there?
Feels nice.
It's that kind of stuff. So this you actually can go through. Let's see. What do we want to? You can say hello, Mom or Dad or other. Let's see. We can send one. You know what? I'll send one to wife. She's gonna be so mad. Let's see. I'm really shocked, impressed, worried, jazzed.
Oh, jazzed.
That
Absolutely.
you've been using your computer these days.
Jazzed.
She's gonna get this on her iPad, and you're gonna hear. She's gonna come down.
Just put in jazz.
Let's see. Select videos to send. We got the basics, World Wide Web, communication. How about copy and paste?
Yeah.
Let's see what we got on World Wide Web. How about here, perfect. Create a strong password. Upgrade your browser.
That's timely.
Make a blog. Teach you how to find a pizza restaurant near you.
Actually, can you do the one that's called create a blog and send it to me? Because I don't have one.
Send that to you.
Yeah.
Yes. So we have something for you to advertise whenever you're on here.
I still don't have
let's
one.
see.
3 shows, don't have one.
Hope you find these 3 videos helpful. Now I trust you'll be self-sufficient. Just need to get grandma online. Can answer your questions over video chat. I don't think my father has the video chat capabilities. So let's see. Trust you'll be self-sufficient.
I'll be doing this over Star Wars hologram.
Love, good luck, you'll need it, or keep me posted. There you go.
Keep me posted.
And we'll go ahead there. Oops, I forgot some fields, but you get the idea. This has to be one of their kind of 10% projects. But they got a blog post about it. They got a video.
Somebody needs to send a video to themselves.
Well, they also just a couple weeks ago they put out the amazing what I learned about the internet. Did you see that?
The what?
What I learned about the internet.
No, I haven't seen that. Was that on Google?
Oh man! It was put together by the Chrome team. It's all done in HTML5, which will blow your mind. And it's basically like, so we started making a browser thing, and we figured, we learned some things about the internet. And it basically teaches you about things like DNS servers and stuff in a way that like your mom can understand. It reads like a book, and it's amazing.
Is it the 20 things I learned about the internet?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what this is about.
Hey, John, it amazes me now. Like my mom will like call me and she'll be like, "Okay, well my printer's not working, but I checked all the connections and everything seems to be working. And there's a printer in the list. Maybe there's something wrong with the driver." I'm like,
"Whoa,
Mom, you know drivers? Really?" She has more computers than I do, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it looks like a Dr. Seuss. Wow, this is incredible. The page
it's all HTML.
It sounds like a Curious George in the corner. All I see is the Ustream feed. So it's
yeah. So
very
you're seeing all
tiny on my
kinds of.
screen.
It's a little weird because I'm actually LogMeIn into this computer, so I don't think I can release the mouse properly. But
It's okay.
wow, it's like iBooks in a browser.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Little animations and everything.
Google, you people are smart.
Yeah, they are.
And it's
They're
like,
nice.
yeah, this isn't the kind of thing where you're like, this is some kind of like marketing thing. Like, well, it is, but it isn't. Like, it's kind of like they're really good about this is their culture, you know. So that that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Pretty cool. So let's see. In other news, Oh, hey, remember that WikiLeaks thing that you probably haven't heard anything about?
What now?
Did you guys see the Saturday Night Live sketch with Bill Hader as Julian Assange? It was unbelievable. He's sitting in like prison. He's sipping champagne. They're like, wonder where I got this champagne from? Don't worry about it. And he's just going through and he's saying like all these things like if I'm not released by the second day, your Facebook pictures will turn into a cartoon of like a monkey punching itself in the face or something like that. Like he's just talking about like all this like evil internet bad guy stuff. But it was actually really good. But what about this WikiLeaks thing? I've never heard of it.
Golly. So yeah, we touched on it last week. And actually, while we were talking about it last week, I believe Julian Assange was getting arrested. Actually, he kind of turned himself in, but he got arrested.
Unrelated issues.
Yeah, for unrelated issues.
think.
He just kind of wanted to square himself up. And now he's facing extradition to... he's currently in the UK, I believe. He's facing extradition to U.S. For any number of random things they're trying to legal, or to Denmark, I think, where he was accused of some sort of rape case.
Oh, that was Sweden.
Thing.
That was Sweden.
Sweden, there we go. You know, that other place with the funny shoes. Hey! But while that's going on, the former WikiLeaks guy, Daniel Domscheit-Berg, probably screwed that up. But anyway, he used to work with WikiLeaks.
This is a clean podcast.
It was so close.
But anyway, so he's opening OpenLeaks. And the idea is like basically what happened with WikiLeaks is someone with access to government documents in the U.S. got these documents and then passed them off to Julian, who said, hey, I'm going to pass them off to the internet, all of them, every single one of them, just to the internet, not anybody in particular. And this other guy who has kind of been with the project since the beginning, he had an idea of more of a two-tiered system in which it wouldn't just whistleblow entirely, like without any kind of censorship whatsoever. So he's opening this thing called OpenLeaks, and basically the idea is, as a journalist or a news organization or anything like that, you can sign up for OpenLeaks, and you will have access to information. He hasn't given any details about a vetting process or anything like that. But the idea is to put the information into OpenLeaks. OpenLeaks will kind of sort of poke around, see what's okay to toss out to news organizations, and then news organizations can figure out what they want to do with it instead of just giving it out to the general public.
Wow. I don't know if you mentioned this in your rundown there. I understand that one of the issues was they were talking about I don't know if they're like blackmail or something. They were trying to make money off of the leaks, supposedly, over at WikiLeaks.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of shady nonsense going on at WikiLeaks. The other point of OpenLeaks, I believe, is that everything would be cryptographically separated, dedicated systems, and also making it so no matter who you are, no matter what information you have, you could submit it anonymously and not worry about it getting back to you. So it's basically kind of a tipster system, where you'd be able to submit this. It would go into a big pool and people would look at it and say, yay or nay, do we want to raise it up, have somebody else look at it, and if it becomes a piece of information, then pass it along to the news outlets.
There you go. And I've actually never gone to the WikiLeaks website, and there it is, and now I'm on the watch list. So there you go.
Yeah, John McCain wants to fire you.
John McCain?
Yeah, John McCain's going to find you.
I didn't know. Is he involved in that?
No, John McCain just knows the internet now.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that. He's the guy.
No.
It was Al Gore who created the internet, but John McCain knows about the internet.
He
now.
knows the internet.
Yeah, he knows the internet, and he's going to find you because he thinks you're now a terrorist for just going to the website.
I just love that you're making sure to look around the monitor to see me again.
You know what? I'm going to move this.
You're going to move this?
I'm going to move this.
What, there's a camera too.
I know.
All right, there we go.
I know.
You're completely awful.
No, I'm going to look directly at your face
There's so much blank space going on in this shot right now.
No, my hand will just be here. That's cool. I just saved that shot.
All right. There you go. The shot is saved. There you go for posterity. There you go. Holy crap. Anything else on WikiLeaks we want to cover while we're setting up shots?
No, I think we're good on WikiLeaks. It's just kind of there is. I think most people can agree that there's something good about whistleblowing to a degree. You know, like somebody has to censor the censors or whatever. 1984 references and whatever you want to have. But at the same time, a lot of people are very upset about, especially the WikiLeaks information that put people's lives at risk. The political name calling, most people couldn't care less about. But when people like, people that we know that might be overseas, when their lives are put at risk, it's not really cool. And so, somebody should have a better system about it. And it seems like OpenLeaks is one of what I'm sure will be many copycats to the WikiLeaks system, although it is not a copycat in the sense that it's just going to blast stuff out there. It's a copycat in that it's sharing information that should be shared, but it's just going about it in a much smarter way.
Yep.
I wonder how many people though are going to how are they going to verify that what they're putting out there is actually real? How do you put that out there and not have a how do you verify that what the information you're being given is real? How do you do that? How do they say, hey, this is we got this diplomatic cable from China that says the Chinese want to punch Kim Jong-il in the face. How do they go about verifying that that's actually real? How do they do that part?
I mean, every news organization worth its salt has a fact-checking department, and the feeling that I get is that OpenLeaks would be working with professional fact checkers. Basically, like New York Times would have an account with OpenLeaks, and they would basically say like, okay, here's what we got, and they would have to vet it, they would have to source it, they would have to cite it, and not just say that China wants to punch Kim Jong-il in the face, but okay, China said this, and we've got 500 facts that back that up.
It's a whole country of people that want to line up and just punch him. That's how it physically is working out in my mind. There's just like a billion people that want to punch this guy in the face. That's how it physically worked out to me.
Yeah,
I'm glad you saw that through. Let's see. Let's get a little bit of a lighter topic here.
Yeah,
I've tried to keep it light.
This week's show, punching
Kim Jong-il
in the face.
Punching Kim Jong-il in the face.
I'm writing that down before I forget.
Have you seen Kim Jong-il looking at things.tumblr.com?
The idea, I still haven't seen it, but the idea of that Tumblr sounds great to me.
It's great. It's just pictures of Kim Jong-il looking at things pointing.
What's that website again?
Kim Jong-il looking at things.tumblr.com, I think. I'm checking. At things. You could just Google Kim Jong-il looking at things. Kim Jong-il looking at things.tumblr.com.
Works for me. While I'm trying to pull that up.
I'm trying to figure out Tumblr.
Say a little bit. I know someone else says too. Yeah. Why? It's just you just want a little bit of a website. It's like posters. I don't even know how to say that one. I was trying to.
Don't bash Tumblr. I'm old school Tumblr.
You are old school.
Oh
Tumblr.
Man, throwback Tumblr.
It's really good for what was the?
You're from like early 09.
What was the one Kalnacki put up? It was like Tony Danza's
Space Pretzel.
Space Pretzel.
Which is it's literally just for people who want to put a picture up on the internet and have other people repost
like
it.
This is it for the simplest thing.
It's for quips. It's when you don't want to have to write out a whole post or design a whole website or anything. It's when, like, for me, what makes Tumblr really awesome for me is that I'm that guy that has seen the whole internet and I want to share it with everybody. So I'm always like, oh, hey, look at this funny video. Oh, hey, look, it's a kitten. Oh, hey, look at this picture. I thought of this one paragraph that makes me sound smart. That's what Tumblr's for.
Hey, Rob, what's at the end of the internet?
I can't say it. This is a child friendly podcast, so I just can't say that.
Is there a restaurant there?
There isn't a restaurant at the end of the internet. That's at the end of the universe.
Oh, right.
Well, there's the website. There's Kim Jong-il looking at things.
There he is looking at a labeling machine, and there he is looking at eggs.
This is for real? These are real pictures?
Oh, yeah.
They look so photoshopped. Well, then again, Kim Jong-il just wears blue blockers everywhere. So
I mean, it's like you can just kind of stick a silhouette of him anywhere, and it just, oh, wait, he's looking up. What is he looking at? It's not the man's head. They're all short. They're in Korea.
Looking at a wall.
What? Oh, we're on the Mayhem Show. I'm sorry.
Oh, whoa. Give it 20 minutes.
Oh. Crossing the line. There you go. Oh, crap. Well, I had a couple items about video games.
Go ahead.
One, and kind of going back to the old school
Go ahead.
thought. I'm moving this monitor after the show, by the way. This monitor is going.
I've made the most of the situation.
I see you have.
Go ahead.
You're like crawling into the camera sideways.
I look like I'm crawling into the camera. I'm gonna get you, camera. No.
As general contractor for the Mayhem Studios, I will say that the blueprints for the future include you being able to see the people on the couch.
No, seriously, that's getting fixed like after tonight's recordings. Like this monitor is going over here because I realize I have the space because I don't have to put cameras here anymore. Nobody cares about this. Mortal Kombat, guys. There's a new Mortal Kombat coming on. You probably saw the preview because I know you guys watched the Video Game Awards. I know you did. Neil Patrick Harris.
Ready?
You know
ready?
What's that?
I didn't.
No. I thought everybody watches that. That's like,
man.
I think I was baking
Spike
when that
is
was
the most watched television channel of all the times.
I know. When there's not a Deadliest Warrior marathon.
Deadliest Warrior is one of the best shows on TV, though.
Yeah, you know.
I love ninjas versus like Green Berets or something like that.
Chachi lost a day on that the other day. See on Twitter. He's just like, this is BS. It's Spike TV. No way. Like, just look at his Twitter from like over the weekend. It's just like
he lost an entire day tweeting at Spike TV, calling out the scientific validity of a ninja versus Green Beret argument. That's awesome.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat. Well, there's, you saw the preview at VGAs. That's what I was trying to get at. And Kratos is in it from God of War.
Holy crap.
That's pretty cool.
Man,
that's cool enough
swords.
as it is. That just means I'm not getting that on my Xbox, which red ringed last week. Yeah, tell me about it. Pour one out, right? But this is a story I found in Kotaku, which I don't have an account.
Good job.
Good job.
Your account information was not released.
No.
Mine
I just have it in my reader. Well, apparently, depending on what store you buy it from, AJ.
Okay.
Saying your name because you're in front of me.
See?
They'll get used to this.
Like I said. Face-to-face communication is important.
Let's see. Scorpion's original fatality will only be available in copies of the game pre-ordered at GameStop. Amazon will be selling pre-ordered copies with Reptile's fatality. They're splitting those up amongst the stores you buy them from.
This is like going back to like OG Sega Genesis versus Super Nintendo. Remember Sega Genesis had blood? Super Nintendo had like boogers.
Sweat. Yeah,
sweat or boogers or whatever the heck it was.
Yeah.
So like you have no video game makers, do not ruin what little childhood I have left that Michael Bay hasn't destroyed. Don't you do that to me.
Yeah, this is, we've had this where like, X-Men games, you get Magneto as a character, it's a little stuff like that. Kind of inconsequential, but this is the way you play. You don't want just Sub-Zero's finisher.
Oh, man, I got to go to Target, man. I got to make sure I have Scorpion's fatality. No,
it's horrible.
No one wants that. You are not helping anyone. I'm not going to go buy 5 copies of the game to make sure that I have everyone's fatality.
And then you split them up like that. It's not like, okay, Walmart gets this one. Walmart gets the Warhammer pewter figure with their edition, and nobody else does. So that's a thing for you're splitting it up amongst GameStop, Best Buy, Amazon, whoever's a part of this.
Okay, now here's the question. Can you get them via like accomplishments later?
That's the question.
Or is it because that's a lot of times what they do is they'll say like, oh, pre-order from us and we'll rip out the accomplishment need to get the, the MP5K in Call of Duty or something like that.
But there's no answers yet.
Oh,
which that's it's one thing like wrestling characters. I mean, you can download them later. You can make them, you know, if you wanted to.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But this is a little too far as the video game makers go. You know.
You've gone too far. Is it still THQ that makes Mortal Kombat?
No. You're thinking Midway did.
Midway.
This is actually now. It was bought by WB Games, Warner Brothers Games.
Okay. For the frog that showed up on the WB channel, and now ripping. I know. And then ripping apart all the fatalities. Warner Brothers, shame on you. Shame. A pox upon you, Warner Brothers. A pox.
That's the frog he's talking about right there.
Yeah, show him the frog.
Yeah.
Show him the frog.
Michigan J Frog.
Yeah, Michigan J Frog.
Wow. Now we got. And I just randomly, I thought this was funny. I downloaded this. I'll be honest. It's Farmville with Smurfs. Okay. It's. But headline: Papa Smurf is not amused by your sweatshop tactics.
Papa Smurf is not amused by many things,
I mean,
including your sweatshop tactics.
There's the picture right there. Apparently there's been pirating, or not pirating, but there's been cheating in the Smurfs game on the iPad and iPhone. And they had
why would you even cheat at Smurf Farmville?
And they show it like Papa Smurf's talking and says, "I'm disappointed that you've been overworking the Smurfs by changing the clock. Careful on Smurfs, or Smurfs will leave the village." They will walk out. They just formed a Smurf union, and you're screwed.
They're gonna raise wages and cut hours. The Smurf union is nothing to be messed with. Local 125 is gonna get you. The Smurf union local 125 is gonna get you.
As it is when I start this game.
Oh no, he's gonna pull it up. He's gonna pull it up.
I'm gonna pull it up. I am. I seriously am. I haven't gone past the tutorial on this, to be honest. I just have not. There are
so many things I want to say if this wasn't
after
a
my
family-friendly
Godfinger
podcast.
experience, I do not want to get into it. But it's the Smurfs. That guy is my childhood.
How dare you pimp the Smurfs out, Sorg? How dare you?
No, we haven't gotten to the Smurfettes yet.
Oh, see, I was gonna say it and then I didn't, and then you said it.
First of all, like you're like, really like there, you have some kind of incident with Gargamel, and then it's like we'll build a new town, and the Smurfs will come. I'm like, what kind of community is this?
They're nomadic tribesmen.
They're nomadic tribes.
People.
That's why it comes in handy. They live in mushrooms, right?
Wasn't there only one girl Smurf in the Smurf?
Yeah. And then eventually, inexplicably, whatever.
I fully believe the Smurfs reproduced asexually.
I believe it
too. They laid eggs, kids.
I believe it
too.
They
laid eggs.
But then there's like the kids out of nowhere. It's like, when did this happen? What happened over the summer break?
Again, eggs. There is no other childhood explanation for that.
Yeah, there's
actually no other biological.
There's
also no other biological explanation other than the complete obvious there.
Right.
How did they get two villages? Oh, Papa Smurf. Let's see. I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff happening here. Hold on.
I've got a statistic that's gonna make both of you sick. Are you ready?
Go for it.
Go ahead.
Okay. So recently, Zynga, the people who put out this Farmville, this lovely game, and Frontierville, which I'm sure you're all familiar with.
I really thought you said Zanga there for a second. I was confused.
Not Zanga, not that Zynga. So they just launched Cityville, right? Like 12 days ago.
No.
And they have they're reporting that game has been played by 17 million users worldwide. 12 days.
Yeah. Now, does that count? Like, I might have loaded it once out of curiosity.
Probably.
I'm certain it does. They have to be inflating those stats. Or 17 million people in the world are 17 million less productive people in the world.
This is why
the internet scares me.
12 million, and other statistical outlets have reported up to 22 million users of the game.
Good God.
So it's not just them inflating stats. This is very
Smurf Union is nothing to Smurf with. Papa Smurf had a beard. What the hell is going on in the chat room? 17 million people have no life, says Riz.
Smurf Union Local 125 is nothing to Smurf with.
That's right.
Smurf,
that's right.
Smurfs are going to Smurf you.
There's something in the chat room I want. I'm catching up. Hot Wheel says that I know he's on Cricket. He has an Android device. I thought it was interesting. I got to play with it a little bit. But it says Cricket is going to be offering tablets in February 2011.
Did you see
Is that going to be the same one as Kmart? I wonder.
I wanted to go buy the Kmart one.
Yeah,
I really
just
did
out of
because I
curiosity,
figured,
right?
exactly, $150 bucks.
Shit, it's
I don't
Android.
care. I don't care if it's a resistive touchscreen.
Yeah.
I really don't care. But did you see Did you see what Cricket has as an Android phone? The Hawaii Ascend for $150, no contract.
Oh yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's not bad.
Yeah, 3.5 inch VGA screen. I mean, it's not the top of the line deal, but it's running 2.1.
No, by any means.
It's running 2.1. It's $150, no contract. And then they have another one. I forget who makes it. It's a bigger. It's almost like Droid X size, and it's like $180, no contract.
I want to see if I can bring up the. Fortunately, Cricket.com is the.
Is it I think it's mycricket.com.
MyCricket.com. Yeah. How's that? That comes up better on Google than the actual game of cricket. There you go. They're actually this looks like them right there. Full keyboard phone. Yeah, I think these are all Android devices. At least 2 of these are. The that one, the Ascendi that you mentioned. Yeah, $129 they're down to.
Yeah. Like I looked at that, I was like $130.
The $250 one.
No, I forget.
Sanyo makes these phones.
Sanyo. I was like, it's not Samsung.
Yeah, that TV over there, Sanyo.
I can't remember how Cricket works. If you just go buy their phone, and I think you have to buy like a month of service, and then after that you just don't pay them anymore.
Pretty much. I think they just kind of count on that because it's you're actually paying a month in advance. Because my first cell phone was a Cricket when you're in college and everything.
I mean,
so.
But I really thought about that. I was like, $150. I have to pay like, I don't know, the $30 or $50 or whatever it is for the like month in advance Cricket contract. Mm-hmm. And then I have an Android phone.
Wheels in the chat room, the one that I played with before, it's a Sanyo Zio that he has.
Yeah, that's the bigger model that's on the Cricket website right now.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. This is what Android is. This is how Android is slowly but surely penetrating the market. I always look at those. I look at all of the numbers.
Yeah.
And like Steve Jobs is saying, well, they're clearly not activating 300,000 Android devices a day. There's no way.
Yeah, I saw
that.
some insane breakdown of the Android phones.
But it's not the fact that they're activating 300,000 phones because there's an Android device on every single possible carrier in the world.
Yeah.
Apple is on like 25 carriers. There's like 170 or 180 carriers, and pretty much every one of them has an Android phone or 2
and there are
or 5.
smaller Android devices, like smaller, more underpowered Android devices that probably can't run Angry Birds. I know there's a problem. They're looking to do a light version of that for lower end phones. So I mean, it's a whole kind of gamut of specs.
Yeah.
And that's why so many people have it. That's why when we have an iPhone app for the Wrestling Mayhem show, most of my audience is, where's the Android app?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which just came out, by the way. Go check it out.
Hey, good plug that. Plug
I
that.
believe it's still listed as the wrestling show on the Android market for some reason. Well, we're looking into that. But still, I mean, yeah, it's just you're not on AT&T because maybe AT&T just doesn't work in your area.
Bingo.
Highly
likely.
You don't have $200 and there's a really good deal. I mean, they're doing, I don't know how many Android deals I heard of, and all I heard from the iPhone was like $50 off or a $50 3GS at Radio Shack. That's it.
Because Apple, for years and even to this day, doesn't put any of their stuff on sale ever.
Yeah,
ever.
They don't budge.
Ever. They don't budge on their prices because they're like, we're a premium brand. We don't have to budge on our prices.
And it's a status symbol. It really is a status symbol, and it's going to be. And, they're just not going to have the numbers because, in this economy,
Oh, I hate that phrase.
In this economy, come on.
In this economy, with these
trying
days,
times, in this economy,
with this
recession,
trying times, Android is the one to pick out.
Hey, let's bring this up since this kind of I was talking the other night with somebody about this. The Black Ops number. Have you heard this?
No. By the way, I'm a big, huge
25% of the game sales in November was a copy of Black Ops.
That's not surprising.
A quarter.
So
1 in 4 people.
Do either of you guys play it?
No, I don't regularly. No, or anything. No.
So when you play in the multiplayer,
yeah,
and I find this incredibly interesting that they actually keep track of all these things. In the bottom of the multiplayer, when you're getting ready for a match or like when you first join a game, they have a little ticker at the bottom, similar to like ESPN, and it has these random counters. And like the first weekend, they were already up to like 5.5 tons of frag grenades have been thrown. Like they track it. that hard. And they throw these little figures in there, and I find them incredibly interesting because they're like, 5.6 million people have been killed via headshot. And I'm like, really? 5.6 million people are dead in the world now because of headshots? That's ridiculous. But the game, it's pretty insane. And I'm not surprised that 25% of all video games sold are one game.
About every night I hear FS Mikey on Twitter. I gotta go play some Black Ops. I've seen people like that. It has taken over.
I've done 3-hour marathons with him.
Yeah, have you?
Yeah. It's kind of ridiculous. Well, each game is like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and you're not even thinking about it when you play it. Then the game's over. You're like, all right, another game. That's 20 minutes. You play 5 games, you're almost to an hour at that point. And you just sit there and you just keep playing, and you're like, oh my god, I keep playing it. Now it's like, then you look down at the clock, you're like, holy crap, it's 1 a.m. I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, that's why I kind of stick with it. I have that problem just playing Angry Birds and Plants vs. Zombies. I killed an hour on Angry Birds and Pac-Man Championship Edition.
I'm trying to remember who it was that they said like the iPhone game of the year was Plants vs. Zombies. I was like, are you crazy? How many people downloaded Angry Birds?
That's
they just
true.
dropped
That's
50.
True.
They put up 50 million the other day.
Yeah, not to mention all the free ones they downloaded on Android that they're getting continual revenue from because it's ad supported. Yeah, it's
those guys.
I think that might have been the most profitable.
Yeah, those guys conservatively made 20 million.
Actually, there's a list that just came out because one of the shows I was listening to actually went down the list, and I wasn't paying attention. But that'd be a curious thing to look at.
I just dropped a link in the chat room that both of you might want to take a look at.
Oh, but it was removed. Let me fix that.
Hey.
Go ahead and
go ahead and
resubmit
today,
that, sir.
Hey, Sorg.
Numbers reported that basically the iPhone on AT&T is outselling Verizon in phones total.
That's kind of insane.
Yeah. As in, like, you add together all the BlackBerries, all the Androids, and all the WebOS phones sold in Verizon, and the iPhone is almost selling double that number.
Where not really?
That's insane. I don't know.
I don't believe that number. I don't believe that number farther than I can throw a baseball, really, and I can't really throw that far.
Yeah. No.
No, I really don't believe that number at all. That they're selling double the iPhones that over everything that Verizon has combined. Really?
Yeah. It's a report from ITG Research, and they're pretty spot on.
Okay.
Yeah, they kind of know their stuff.
Research company, and not somebody from a blog making crap up.
Yeah, BlackBerry devices accounted for more than 90% of Verizon smartphone sales just 14 months ago, and they now take up 20% of Verizon's smartphone sales.
If anybody wants to know, full disclosure, I have a BlackBerry from Verizon as well as my iPhone because I work for a large company. Yeah. So, but yeah, the BlackBerry, that's not going away anytime soon, kids. Not going away anytime soon.
Well, because of the security and everything. So.
It's not it's the fact that the corporations and government, it's so lodged. Mm-hmm. It's so wedged in there. It's not going anywhere until somebody like Google or Apple comes out with a similar system.
I know for the longest time from being a smaller company and everything, but they were big on the BlackBerry just because of security, because of how it interfaces with the Exchange server that we have in house. I mean, that's just the email server. For those who don't know,
I have full encryption on mine, which is kind of crazy.
Mean, that part's ridiculous, especially if you're a bigger company like what you're from, and you need that kind of secrets. Okay, maybe not you're sending them, but
no,
but there is stuff in industries like yours that
absolutely
trade secrets and everything.
There's still people who want like as much secrecy and control as possible, and that's what people love about the BlackBerry. Is the BlackBerry Enterprise server literally holds everything. There's no way you're getting around the BlackBerry server.
Yeah, and it's just, I know we were just holding out. We're like, well, I mean, I think we were considering iPhone for a little bit, but it didn't work out. But I think some people were tainted by having a BlackBerry storm.
No,
because there was a lot of those that went around the company. Okay, the 50% is still like 2 people, but come on, it's
Yeah, but at the same time, this does show a 70% drop in sales, at least in Verizon, over the last year for BlackBerry, which says that I think it says that BlackBerry has lost their consumer market. Yeah, they're just like, I want a phone. I'm gonna get a BlackBerry.
Yeah, no, I like when people say, "Oh yeah, BBM me." I'm like, "You have a BlackBerry? Why? I just look at them and
Why
I'm
would
like,
you do that?
they're like, oh, I'm on Verizon. I'm
I
like,
never heard of it before that commercial.
Really?
Like
Oh,
barely.
Man. BBM was the best.
I think the first time I heard about it was when the 404 was like, "Hey, BBM us. We're passing around a BlackBerry amongst the three of us, and you can message with us."
Well,
And it's like, really? And it's like this number that's like 6 digits or something.
Yeah,
like,
your individual
that's like,
PIN.
That's like the damn Wii code. That's why I don't play multiplayer on the Wii.
Yeah, because you have to type in like a 25-character thing.
Yeah, and it's different for each game. For the longest time on my blog, I had my Wii code for Dr. Mario. And what other online game did I have? I had something else.
Sorg loves pills.
Doctor's got the cure.
Dr. Mario's got the cure.
Dude,
for
Dr.
your
Mario
blues.
for the Wii is the shit.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Is the sugar honey?
I dig it.
It's the sugar honey iced tea over there.
Oh, I'm going to be playing that
Yes.
when I'm done editing the
Yes.
show tonight. There is no sleep having here. But like, yeah, but that's always been their downfall, you know. And it's like, then how are you going to support like? It's bad enough we have phone numbers we got to remember, and nobody remembers a phone number to begin with. Oh, here we go.
Whoa. 10 digits that we've had to remember for most of our lives, Sorg.
Who has the same phone number anymore?
My dad still has his from when I was a kid. It's
I
the
might-
same phone number for like 25 years.
Not mine. Not mine. It's a
I-
different
some-
world, man.
Someday I'm gonna get my dad a Google Voice number. It's gonna
Maybe-
be like 1-800 AJ's dad. I don't know. I didn't want to actually use an area code so you people know where my dad live. No, you've already got my Gawker account.
You can't have this, dude.
You can't have my dad.
All right, guys, we need to wrap this up so we can go punch Kim Jong-il in the face. AJ, you're not online. I don't know. Is there anything you want to pimp while you're here and everything?
I would like to pimp the spirit of the season.
There you go.
Everybody get real Christmas-like here.
There you go. You got the lights going
I mean,
and
look,
everything. You're in
we
the
have-
atmosphere. Why not?
We have, it's fading, and then I think it comes back around to a seizure at some point.
These are both on different settings. I don't even know where
No.
the button is right
It'll
now.
come around. Here we
Come
go.
around,
Fade
there you
once,
go.
fade twice.
There you go. I
Everybody goes
think it's
crazy.
in demo mode. I'm surprised it doesn't mess with the camera more than I expected.
Yeah, honestly, you have like a full-blown like strobe show going on behind me
it was
here.
behind me too, and this is just like an eyesight. You know, I thought it'd be going crazy. You know,
man.
But
Man.
Rob, what's going on with you lately? You want to pimp?
Things I want to pimp. I made a pie last week.
What sort of pie did you make over there?
Wait,
guy?
you need another pie? Because we talked about pie, and I thought that was over Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Well, over Thanksgiving, I made pumpkin pie. This time I made sweet potato pie.
Okay. Hey,
Yeah.
talk to me when you get
Yeah,
into the
right.
realm of berries, sir. Talk to me when you get into
Yeah.
the realm
Oh,
of
I'm
berries.
working on it. Now that I've gone down the pie path, if you will, I'm gonna start doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I got to work on making my own crust, and then I think I'm headed straight for berries because I'm right with you there. I'm a big berry pie guy. I'm a big berry pie guy.
I need to remember to put that in the best of.
Wow.
Someday we're gonna start a cooking podcast called the Into the Frying Pan or something like that. There you go. I just titled a brand new.
You don't know how
podcast.
right you are about that.
See, kids.
Into
See,
the frying pan.
Into the frying
I'm gonna
pan.
write that down. Text that to my wife, please.
I don't have your wife's number. What sort of?
But what? You don't have her BBM?
No. I don't have her pin. Hold on. Let me search the interwebs. I'm sure Gawker has it. Got it.
All right, and of course I'm over at sorgatron.com. We got a lot of fun stuff. I tried a new, you guys, it's a fun social media-ness. So I get like 12 minutes of voicemail from this one guy. There's a 3-minute limit on Google Voice, by the way. So I've joked about this for a while. I was like, we should just give this guy, put his voicemails together for a week, put some music over it, podcast. First episode, Big Freakies, Big Voice Cast is over on WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Just let me know. We're just trying it out, man.
Can you drop?
Why not?
And now, what kind of like music are you putting behind this? Are you putting like rock music?
The first thing I could think of that I picked from Soundtrack Pro. It's like 44th Street. It's about the same thing I've been throwing behind Chachi Says lately.
All right.
To be like the kind of jazzy.
Hey everybody, it's Big Freaky. What's up?
Yeah. There you go. He doesn't. I'm not sure if he's aware I did it yet. But you know.
Well, he's about to be.
There you go.
If he watches this show.
I don't think so.
Everybody snap your fingers.
It's a new way for the fans to contribute. I give them a podcast.
I will give you your own podcast if you call and leave us ridiculously long
That's how
messages.
it goes, man. That's how it goes with that show. The cast and crew now is people that just have emailed for the longest time. We're like, let's get them on a Skype.
Well, yeah, there's WrestleFans.
That's where it goes. WrestleFans from Texas. Mad Mike's from New York City. You know, Magus is somebody he works with. That's up there, and I think he's in Connecticut. He's in the chat room right now. You know, he'll be joining us tonight because we're.
Hi, good sir.
There you go.
So, all right, hey, that's a show.
That's how it is. It's a show, guys. Please check us out. Give us some feedback at contact@awesomecast.com. 724-258-CAST. 724-252-2278. Right there. Please, as usual, please check us out wherever it's convenient for you on iTunes. Look us up there. AwesomeCast.blip.tv and youtube.com/inawesomecast. Thank you, AJ, for joining us again.
Hey, pleasure to be on the show. Sometime, maybe next time when it's warmer, I'll walk down and we'll do the show again.
There you go. We'll do it on the back porch sometime.
I was going to sled ride down here, and then I realized that, as I was driving here, I realized sled riding here would involve a change in gravity. Really.
Yeah, a little bit. Hey, guys, if you're in the Pittsburgh area, please keep 1/11/11 free on your calendars if you want to join us. We're about 80% planned. We'll have a venue announced as soon as I get a confirmation. We were going to be having the 5-year anniversary for the Wrestling Mayhem show.
Oh boy!
Looking to do an AwesomeCast live as well. So
I might have to stop by.
Everybody stop by. You know,
I might have to stop by. Are people actually are people planning on coming in for this?
We will have.
I think you need to have Barry Windham on the
I don't know about that. I was going to ask some of the local wrestlers, but
I think you need to get Barry Windham.
Maybe we can get. Hey, we've had Superfly Jimmy Snook on the show before.
No, you know who you need to get? Barry Horowitz.
We'll keep that. Okay, we're in another realm. Let's keep that. Yeah. Well, guys, thanks a lot. Thanks, AJ, Rob, as usual, and we'll see you guys. You've been our awesome audience. We'll see you next week.
You guys are awesome, right? Quick.
See this damn belt still spinning around his waist.
With rims! It's got rims! Why put rims on a time machine? Who cares? They're shiny.
I don't know if they asked for their releases a dad would tell their little kid when they spanked them that they were asking for it, you know?
And then they get mad that they can't print the file. That's the whole point of the thing.
And it turns into a wrestling promo, you know?
You go to print and in comes the Ultimate Warrior.
Wrestling Mayhem Show
.com.
Way north.
Parkway West is really crowded. Really crowded.
It's back from the top of Green Tree Hill down to Carnegie. Like, I swear to God, how hard is it to do traffic? How hard is it to be Jim Loke? Honest to God, how hard is that job? Honest to God, it's the same thing every day. Parkway East is eventually when Bob and Mikey were doing their own traffic and they didn't have like some generic Clear Channel person doing it, Bob would just go, Parkway sucks, 28 sucks, 51 sucks, back to you. Because it was the same thing every day. Who cares where it stops? It stopped.